Greetings. Our Frederick Riddle here, and welcome to another episode of Becoming a Published Author is Fun. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, check out episode 8. This is episode 2545. And it's titled Taking Stock. This is something we recommend you do at least twice, the beginning or ending of the year and the middle of the year. Now, there's different ways of taking stock. Some people get very, very thorough about it. Some people, it's more of a more casual approach. It depends upon the size of your business, how involved, how many things you got going, things of this nature. You know best on that. But it's important that we pause and take stock. Now, one of the things you can do throughout the year is constantly reviewing in your mind where you're going and stuff like that, taking stock. And that's a good thing. I try to practice that myself. So, but let's take a look at this and see how it applies to you, whether you are doing it yourself or hiring somebody to help you with your business. So the first question I have is, do you know? Do you know where you've been, where you're at, and where you're going? So three simple questions. Do you know? And if you can't answer yes to all three of those, then you need to do some work. So here's what I'm suggesting. What have you done? So what I'm talking about here is what have you done in the past? We just recently had our mid-year. So we are now in the second half. So what did you do in the first half of your year for your business? I'm an author. What did I do for myself as an author? I'm a publisher. What did I do for in regard to the publishing business? I'm a teacher coach. What did I do in regard to teaching and coaching? Different things. Again, it depends upon what you do. I'm an author. What have I done about writing a new book? Do I have a new book? Or is it just sitting on the back burner doing nothing? I have to look at things like that and try to correct that to some degree, depending on time and everything else. So what have you done in the past? And you can go back and look at the previous year and compare what you did last year and compare that to what you've done this year and things of this nature. Another thing you can do is, what are your goals? Do you have any goals for this year? I know I do. I have some goals and they are flexible. As the year goes by, my goals will hopefully rise. Or at the very least, you want your goals to be maybe start out here, and then as the year goes by, you get more and more focused on them. And so, you have some goals? Well, do you have them listed down? If you haven't, write them down. So this helps you focus more on what those goals are. Well, financial goals, sales goals. If you're an author, well, yeah, I'm talking to authors, right? So as an author, what's your goal for the book you're writing on? Have you started yet? Who are the characters going to be? What's the background? All that stuff. Wherever you happen to be in your book, you want to have a goal as to what you want to accomplish. I know one author has a goal of so many words a day. And I never followed that particular goal, but that is one that he made. And periodically he will report how he's doing on that. And that's a good thing. And so he has a goal. We all need to have goals. And even in a very basic issue of writing your book, you need to have goals for yourself and for the story itself. How is it going to develop and things of this nature? But here is the most important question. What are you doing now? And what will you be doing tomorrow in regard to your goals and in regard to your business? So you've done this. you've you I forgot to ask you about mention this one. Do you know where you're standing and everything? I actually did cover it, but I didn't call that. Um, but then you have the three questions. What have you done? What are your goals? And what are you doing? So it's really a continuation of this one. What have you done? Now what are you doing? And again, it's centered upon your goals. But not only goals, when you examine yourself, also say, did I make mistakes? Well, how am I handling those mistakes? What am I doing about it? So what are your goals? You could also say, what are your mistakes that you've made? Because we all make mistakes. Be honest with yourself there. Um, so you can, that's why I left it off here is you can fill in the different aspects of that and direct those words to different issues and that will help you clarify and more what you are, what you want to be, and how you're going to get there. Zig Ziglar, you probably heard of him. He told a story one time about I think it was a relative. He asked him a simple question. Uh, what'd you do last year in his business? And the guy didn't know. And so Zig Ziglar used that, and he went right into it and described, if you don't know where you've gone, how can you possibly know where you're going? You need to know where you have been, where you are, so that you know where you're going. It's these three simple questions. Now, he didn't provide these, but I'm providing them. What have you done? What are your goals, mistakes, and things of this nature? And what are you doing about it? What are you doing now? What are you going to do tomorrow about it? It's just very simple, folks. And it doesn't, it's not, it's what they like to say, it's not rocket science, but it's very simple. But it takes time, it takes some effort on your part, but it will pay big dividends as you go along. I hope this has been helpful and instructive for you. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, I hope you do. Just do that, and I promise you that I will always seek to inform, encourage, and inspire you. Whether or not I succeed in that is up to you, but that's my goal. You have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.